have called for disciplinary action against Joemat Pettersson. Should she be fired over your findings today, as the DA suggests?
Good evening, Iman. Thank you for this opportunity. No, I haven't suggested that the minister should be fired. Firstly, I commended her for the action she took to immediately revoke the award of the tender. The one issue where I was concerned about her conduct was the fact that instead of allowing a 3-month process of transferring services from the one company to the Navy, she reduced that process to 1 month. And even when asked by my office to give them the 3 months, she refused. And that resulted in wasteful expenditure, as we thought it would.
At the beginning, I was saying the DA suggesting that Tina Joemat Pettersson be fired. What kind of action are you hopeful that the President will take in this regard?
It is entirely up to the President. There's a wide range of things. She could just reprimand her.
All right, let's talk about this education ethics classes that you've called for, Advocate Madonsela. How badly misguided, given the report and the investigative work you and your team have done over the last couple of months, how badly misguided, in your view and in your team's view, are publicly elected officials in South Africa right now?
Well, most of them know the right thing to do. All of us are governed by the law, the Constitution, and various codes of conduct. Most public servants and public officers operate in a manner that respects those. However, increasingly we are finding that there are those who are not fully aware of the codes, particularly the meaning of the provisions of those codes. Hence, my request to the Minister for Public Service and Administration to institute programs that would help people to familiarize themselves with the provisions of codes and to understand what conduct is required in compliance with those codes.
Do you think it will work, Advocate Madonsela, bearing in mind that there are several codes that exist? You know, they're guided by the Constitution, Parliamentary Ethics Code, the Ministerial Handbook. You know, there are a number of protections already, and seemingly they still flout the law.
I think it would work. If we judge, for example, by the one investigation we did where we've called the report unsolicited donation, the very fact that the minister we dealt with, right until the end, did not think that there was any wrongdoing. I mean, while she admitted some of the action that she undertook, but in her final response to my provisional report, she didn't think that there was anything wrong she had done and that there was any reason for her to request to be forgiven. If we had a situation such as the United States of America, where people are given an opportunity to be trained on the codes of conduct, there wouldn't be any confusion around what is the right thing to do. People would be the first to admit that they crossed the line or they did something wrong, and they would be the first to apologize before they are found guilty of wrongdoing by an oversight agency such as my office.
Advocate Madonsela, just an issue of housekeeping. Fisheries, the Department of Fisheries and Communications, saying that they hadn't received your final reports. Why is that? Well, at the time of going to air, that was the status.
The report was emailed this morning before we went into the media briefing. I will have to find out from my team what may have gone wrong.
All right, just to take a look at the week that was at Advocate Madonsela, the spat between the ANC and your office seems to have become personal. I'm not sure if you watched the media briefing by the ANC earlier this week. Jesse Duarte, Deputy SG, going as far as saying that you seemed comfortable over the alleged leaks in the Nkandla report. Do you take these barbs personally?
No, I don't, honestly, Iman. My understanding is that people think they are doing what they have to do. Of course, it doesn't make what they're doing right, but I have said to my team that maladministration and ignorance are the enemy. People are not our enemy.
You don't feel intimidated?
No, I don't. I honestly, sometimes I even feel sorry for people having to say things that they personally know are not true, and asking myself, what makes people do that?
Final question, Advocate Madonsela. Given all that has happened in the way Nkandla Gate in particular has unfolded, how would you describe your relationship between your office, the ANC, and government?
I have a good relationship with many people in the ANC. I have a good relationship with virtually everyone in government. I guess most of us are not taking it personal. For example, I've had some ministers take me to court, but thereafter we have to deal with each other professionally because we all signed up to serve the people of South Africa. These are not our offices, this is borrowed power. We have to work together to ensure that people get the best that we could possibly give them.
Know more about your world.
enca.com